Here's something nobody wants to admit. Every morning, you grab your keys, say a quick goodbye to your cat, and walk out the door. And your cat, the one who was rubbing against your legs 2 seconds ago, watches you leave. And then the door closes, and they're alone. For 8 hours, sometimes 10, sometimes more. Most owners comfort themselves with the same thought. Cats are independent. They sleep all day anyway. They're fine. But here's the thing. That's not entirely true. And the science behind what actually happens to your cat while you're at work, it's not what most people expect. Because here's what most cat owners don't realize. Cats are not solitary animals. Not really. The idea that cats are lone wolves who prefer isolation, that's one of the most persistent myths in pet ownership. And it's costing your cat something every single day you walk out that door. Now, I'm not here to make you feel guilty. You have to work. Your cat understands that. Well, sort of. But what I am going to show you today is exactly how to set up your home, your routine, and your environment so that your cat isn't just surviving those 8 hours alone. They're actually thriving. 10 strategies, most of them free, all of them rooted in how cats actually think, feel, and experience time. Let's get into it. Segment 1. What your cat actually does when you leave. Let's start here, because understanding the problem is the first step to solving it. Studies on cats left alone for extended periods show something surprising. Many cats display what researchers call separation-related behaviors, things like excessive vocalization, destructive scratching, loss of appetite, and over-grooming. Sound familiar? Here's where it gets really interesting. Cats don't experience time the way we do. They don't sit there watching the clock counting down the hours. But they are acutely sensitive to routine, scent, sound, and the absence of stimulation. When the house goes quiet and still for hours on end, something shifts for them neurologically. Stress hormones rise, alertness increases, not from excitement, but from the low-grade anxiety of an understimulated predator with nothing to hunt and no social anchor. Think of it this way. Your cat is essentially a tiny, highly intelligent apex predator living in a box with no prey, no territory to patrol, and no companion for hours, every day. That's the reality we're solving for today. Segment 2. The morning routine that changes everything. Here's the thing most people skip, and it costs them more than they realize. What you do in the 30 minutes before you leave sets the emotional tone for your cat's entire day. Cats are creatures of pattern. Their nervous system literally calibrates to routine, and a rushed, chaotic goodbye, or worse, no real interaction at all, leaves them in a state of low-level arousal with nowhere to put it. The fix is a dedicated pre-departure ritual. 10 to 15 minutes of genuine interactive play before you leave, not a quick pet on the head. Actual play. A wand toy, a laser pointer, a crinkle ball. Something that activates their predator brain and lets them complete the hunt-catch-kill cycle that their biology craves. Here's the science behind it. After a successful play session, cats naturally move into grooming and then sleep. You're essentially programming them to wind down right as you leave. Instead of a cat pacing an empty house, you have a cat curled up, deeply rested, emotionally satisfied. Follow the play session with a meal. Hunt, catch, eat. That's the sequence their instincts follow. Feed them right after play and you've replicated a complete natural cycle before you've even put your shoes on. Small shift, dramatic difference. Segment 3. The enrichment setup nobody builds. Almost nobody talks about this, but your home's layout while you're away matters enormously. Most cats spend their days in an environment that is completely static. Same furniture, same silence, same nothing. And a static environment for an intelligent predator is genuinely stressful. Not in a dramatic way, but in the slow, grinding way that chips away at well-being over months and years. The solution is what behaviorists call environmental enrichment, and it doesn't require spending money. Start with vertical space. Cats are natural climbers. Height means safety, territory, and vantage point. A cat tree, a cleared bookshelf, a wall-mounted perch, these give your cat something to do with their body and their instinct to survey territory. If you only do one physical thing after watching this video, add a vertical element to your cat's space. Next, window access. A window with a view is the closest thing to free television for a cat. Position a perch or a piece of furniture right at a window that looks onto a garden, a street, a bird feeder. The movement outside, birds, squirrels, passing people, provides hours of passive stimulation that requires nothing from you. And here's one most people never think about. Rotate their toys. Cats lose interest in the same toys left out day after day. Put most toys away and rotate 2 or 3 every few days. A toy they haven't seen in a week feels genuinely new to them. Their predator brain lights up like it's never seen it before. Segment 4, the power of scent. Now you might be thinking, scent? What does scent have to do with my cat being lonely? Everything, actually. Cats experience the world primarily through scent in a way humans simply can't comprehend. Their olfactory system is roughly 14 times more powerful than ours. Scent is how they map their territory, identify safety, and feel connected to the beings they bond with. Here's what most cat owners don't realize. Your scent is one of the most calming things in your cat's environment. When you leave, that scent fades, and with it, a layer of felt security. Leave a worn piece of your clothing, a t-shirt, a hoodie, in their favorite sleeping spot. Don't wash it first. Your scent on that fabric signals your presence even when you're physically gone. Studies on cat stress in shelters have shown that familiar human scent measurably reduces cortisol levels in cats. Your laundry pile is basically aromatherapy for your cat. Feline pheromone diffusers, the kind that plug into a wall socket, work on a similar principle. They release synthetic versions of the calming facial pheromone cats deposit when they rub their cheeks on things they feel safe around. They won't replace your presence, but they take the edge off a long, quiet day. Segment 5, Sound and the Empty House. Here's something that will completely change how you think about leaving the house. Silence is not neutral for cats. Total silence, the kind that falls over a house when everyone has left, is actually associated with alertness and vigilance in feline neurology. In the wild, silence often means something is wrong. Predators move quietly. Silence signals threat. Leaving background sound on changes the emotional texture of your home entirely. Soft music, classical, ambient, or specifically composed pet relaxation tracks, has been shown in studies to reduce stress behaviors in cats left alone. There's even a genre called music for cats, developed by researchers who studied feline auditory preferences that incorporates purring frequencies and bird sounds into the composition. It sounds strange. It absolutely works. A TV left on a nature channel, birds, wildlife, gentle movement, provides both audio and visual stimulation. Some cats will actively watch it. Others just want the ambient noise. Either way, the house feels inhabited, alive, safe. This costs you nothing but remembering to press play before you walk out the door. Segment 6. Consider a second cat, seriously. Now here's where it gets really interesting, and where a lot of owners push back. But my cat hates other cats. Maybe. But here's the data. Studies consistently show that cats in bonded pairs display significantly lower stress indicators than solo cats in single-owner households. Less overgrooming, less destructive behavior, lower resting cortisol, more play, more sleep, better overall health outcomes. The key word is bonded. A poorly matched pair can make things worse. But a well-matched companion, ideally introduced gradually, ideally a cat with a complementary temperament, can solve the daytime loneliness problem in a way no toy or window perch ever fully can. If you've ever considered a second cat, and your lifestyle could support it, the hours between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. are the single biggest argument for doing it. They won't be alone. They'll have each other. Segment 7. The Homecoming Ritual. Here's something almost nobody thinks about. What happens the moment you walk back in? Your cat has been waiting. Their routine tells them you're coming. Their internal clock, which is remarkably accurate, has been tracking the hours. And when that door opens, how you respond to them in the first 5 minutes sets the tone for the rest of the evening. Don't make a big, overwhelming production of it. Don't ignore them either. Get low. Let them come to you. Make brief, warm eye contact and slow blink. Give them a few minutes of quiet, calm attention before you get on your phone, turn on the TV, or start making dinner. Then, another short play session, 10 minutes. It bookends their day. It burns off any pent-up energy from the hours alone, and it communicates something your cat genuinely needs to hear. You came back. And when you came back, good things happened. That's the foundation of felt security for a cat. Not just presence, but predictable, positive presence. Actionable takeaways. Here's your action plan. Simple, immediate, effective. This week, add one enrichment element to your home. A window perch, a cat tree, a bird feeder outside the window they already sit near. Just one thing that makes the daytime environment richer than it was yesterday. Start the pre-departure play ritual tomorrow morning. Set an alarm 15 minutes earlier if you need to. 10 minutes of wand toy play followed by breakfast. Do it for a week and watch what changes. Leave a worn piece of your clothing in their sleeping spot tonight. Don't overthink it. Just do it. And pay attention. Watch your cat for the signs of a cat who's genuinely okay during the day. Relaxed posture, good appetite, normal grooming, willingness to play in the evenings. Those are your metrics. That's how you know it's working. Here's the truth that ties all of this together. Your cat chose you, not your house, not your schedule, not the toys you buy them, you. And every day that you walk out that door, some part of them is oriented toward your return in a way that's quieter and deeper than most people ever give cats credit for. The adjustments we talked about today, the play sessions, the window perch, the worn t-shirt, the background music, they're not tricks, they're translations. They're you saying, in the language your cat actually understands, I thought about you today. I set this up for you. You matter to me even when I'm not here. And now, every time you come home to a cat who's calm, content, and genuinely glad to see you, you'll know that didn't happen by accident. You built that. What does your cat do the moment you walk in the door? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and honestly, the answers are always the best part of my day. If you made it this far, you understand something most people never will. Cats aren't just pets. They're complex, emotional, intelligent beings. Tap the video on your screen to keep learning the secret language of cats, and subscribe to Cat Class, because understanding your cat changes everything.